was completely busy. And then people showed me Kwame's video and sent it to me. He's like, Kwame needs your help. See, no, I'm like, you need my help? What's going on? I had to take this girl to see the movie I've already seen. We just had to go watch Fast and the Furious 9. She thought those jokes were amazing. I'm like, you like these jokes? Alright. As long as she was entertained, I can get back to doing what I do. So I spent my quality time. Now, let's get to the grease. Now, Paterson, New Jersey police officer Spenser Finch, the body cam came out, footage has been released, and it shows not Spencer, not his footage, his partner that was there, another officer who wasn't named. His footage shows that this guy unsolicitedly attacked a civilian, a black man. Kneed him to the face, hit him with a flashlight, all this thing, cuffed him, said, look me in the eye, look me in the eye. Like the coward he is, and kneed him right in the face. I saw the picture of the aftermath. I can't really watch stuff like that. That gets me really pissed off watching this stuff. Now, here's the thing about Spenser Finch. Spenser Finch is just one of many. That whole Paterson Police Department has been corrupt for 30, 40, 50 years. In 2019, there was a probe by the FBI launched into the police department because they have these cases of shakedowns. Spenser Finch was one of the officers who was present while another officer was slapping a disabled person at a hospital. They have been accused, Spenser was there when they were shaking down drug dealers, stealing money from civilians. They had to launch an FBI probe to get it to stop. That's how bad it was. That's how out of control it was. There has been a history of violence covered up by the Paterson Police Department in New Jersey. He was sentenced. He lied on the police report. He was sentenced to 5 days in jail. They put a junction in saying that he needs to be locked up longer. He not only did that, he not only broke the law and is not going to be a police officer no more. He's going to jail. Everything he did was so illegal. He had no right to do anything. He just literally attacked this man just because he felt like it. And it's so many officers like that in Paterson, New Jersey, in that police department, that the judge is even in on it. The judge agreed that his 5 days served was enough. 5 days was enough for what he done. This is what I'm talking about with Jersey. Paterson, New Jersey Police Department is one of the worst in the world. They have got to clean it up. The FBI probe didn't do a damn thing. It is still corrupt. Those guys got to be removed from the captain all the way down. You got to flush it all out. Flush it all out and start over clean. They have a history of this. Police officers selling drugs. It's been bad for years. Spenser Finch has been a cop over there since 2003. Why is it that his partners, he seemed to be in the clear, but his partners, all they misdoings and all these things were covered up? Shouldn't that fall on the captain? We want more details to this FBI probe. The reason why you can't get so much information on them is because it's FBI. They had an FBI investigation into most of the crimes. So most of the crimes that, unless it was documented and put out in the papers, they can submerge, or the FBI can deem the information, you know, like part of an investigation or ongoing investigation, so they can have the information all looped up into a ball where you can't get in there, and anybody prying into that, they want to go through your life to find out who you are and everything else. And I ain't trying to have them do that. But I know enough to know that he needs to be locked up in jail for some more time for what he did. Well, you got to look at it like this, man. No. It was that was just brutal to watch. You know, nobody has to go through that. And the sad part is, in Paterson, New Jersey, this happens all the time, and it's random. And they have so many complaints. They have thousands of complaints about this police department and the way they handle police work and what they do. Why is it that all of these type of cops work at that police station and that they're officers? Is this something in the filings? Is this something in the psych evaluation? Why they always have these cops in our neighborhoods? This is what I told you they needed when all this stuff was happening before, and I said we needed body cam. Imagine if there was no body cam. You guys was like, body cam ain't gonna stop nothing. See, no, that ain't making nothing better. If we didn't have body cam, people weren't going to jail. We wouldn't know about it. We'll just think it's just some people complaining. We probably wouldn't even hear about it. If it wasn't for body cam, we wouldn't be making this video right now. That guy wouldn't be suspended and out of jail. Body cam to put a lot of these officers out of jail. The officer who tried to plant the drugs on another guy and thought because he was covering up the cam with his hand, like that muffles the sound. No, that ain't how it worked, bro. They recorded every bit of sound you said, and you deserve to not be a police officer no more. We need to have more brothers step up to want to be police officers. We do. We got to police our own area. See, that's the problem. You see, they disqualify a lot of you, saying, oh, you know somebody in your family that's a criminal. Oh, we can't let you pass the police test. They did that to a sister who tried to apply to be a police officer. What did they do to her? They say, oh, we can't let you be a police officer. They don't want you to be a police officer. See, the thing they don't want you to do is the thing you need to be doing. Because if you got badges and all y'all got badges, that's less for them. That's free pension. That's license to have a firearm to be on the streets. Then the less you do that, the less these KKK guys with badges, they get to go ride around with hoods on and terrorize people. Then to go do their job, they put on a badge and go run around and hit you with billy clubs all day and get paid for it and get a pension. Meanwhile, a teenage white kid do something, he gets a slap on the wrist. You get time. The same crime don't go and don't apply to everybody. They base it off color. So if you don't want to be part of the solution, don't complain about the problem. Can't say the police in our neighborhood, you gotta say, look, we gotta join together. We gotta get 2,000, 3,000, 200, 300, no matter how many people you get, you gotta get a group of people to say, okay, we going to the police department, we going to the police academy. We already did it down here. Put the pressure on them to reject you. Then we're going to launch a probe into them illegally finding ways to exclude you to being a police officer. This is why they try to grip and wrap our young teenage, our youth into criminal records early in their life. Charging them 16 years old for, charging them as an adult for some of the weirdest crimes ever. Stealing gym shoes out of a mall. Normally that is a slap on the wrist and don't come back here on the premises. You can't come back. That's what that means. Now, stealing shoes in the mall, that's a federal crime. It's over $400. This black kid took a cell phone and they charged him because the cell phone was some type of iPhone and it's worth the $400. So now that's not just some little crime. That's theft because he took a cell phone. So now he's got a crime later on in life. He's a 14-year-old kid. Meanwhile, in South Carolina, white kid did the same thing. 15-year-old white kid out of high school took the girl's cell phone. She found out through the security camera that they had at the school that it was him who stole the cell phone. No jail time. He gave the phone back to the girl. He apologized, and he served a week's detention in school. 1 week detention. No court, no judge. But there's Spenser Finches in every damn state, and you gotta ask yourself, why is this so? Why come all of this seems to happen in police departments all around the country? It's not like one bad apple in the bunch. And if this was not a systematic problem, why is it that you don't see more black police officers doing this to white teenagers? The reason why you don't see it is because we know the ramifications of what's going to happen with us. The same officers in blue ain't going to have our back. That's because we don't got the numbers. They're like, oh man, you don't understand. The captain's in there. You outnumbered. Of course. But if it's more brothers start coming in there, the less power they're going to have, the less they're going to be able to pull that off. You outnumbered. So, of course, the brother ain't going to be able to stand up because he probably won. And then they got another 20, 30, 40 of it in there. And they like, look, you're on our team. You're on our side. So instead of harping on the problem, harp about solutions. Paterson, the police department, was one of the ones who was totally against having body cam. So they only have about, what, 30% wearing body cam? Why not 100%? The FBI probe should have made them go 100%. They should have surveillance when they get out of bed in the morning. Now, because of this incident, because of Spenser Finch, now they're saying, well, we got to think about expanding the body cam. Expanding? Everybody should have body cam. It shouldn't be in it. Your department is so damn corrupt, nobody should be in there without one. Where's this FBI probe? What did it lead to? This guy did nothing. He obeyed the law, and look what happened to him. That should never happen. Never. He didn't deserve that. That gentleman did everything. He abided by the rules and the laws. That shouldn't have happened to him. When you guys say F the police, we don't want to be cops and do all that, that's cool. They want you to do that. So they can have they good old boys come in there and be police officers. Now you want these good old boys in there and they mess it up for the good officers that's there just to do their jobs. There's officers in there they're police officers and they're just there to do their job. And they okay with that. It's those other cops who feel that they are the law. You see, that's where the disconnect comes in at. Well, they took all the laws away. All the laws that made it possible for you to do the things you needed to do in life to protect yourself, they took that away from you. And they want to change the gun laws back to make you more vulnerable out here on the streets. They don't care about justice. They caring about keeping things quiet. Now, Paterson, New Jersey has been bad since New Jersey Drive. Mass shootings aren't up. Staged mass shootings are up. I tried to tell people countless times about this system. Paterson, New Jersey is one of the worst police departments, and it has been forever. It has not been cleaned up yet because we keep turning a blind eye to it, and we don't want to go there, and we don't qualify to go there because you're wrapped up in so many criminal activities early on. The people who are successful are not concerned with policing their own neighborhood. My uncle retired, lieutenant of the police, Chicago Police Department. And how many of these cops go in there and actually talk to the community that they police? It's very few. The area that you police, you should know everybody over there by actually speaking with the people. The black police officers have to do this every time a white cop go and do something crazy. Here in Chicago, when it's a crazy shooting, there's a black cop that's in the neighborhood that he police, and he got to listen to all these people going off on him. You know, going off, y'all ain't doing nothing about it, man. That's y'all department, man. That's your boy. No. You know, they got to deal with the abuse of the people in their community. They're there doing the work. And every time an incident like that happens, you damage the relationship that's built up in the communities. As a police officer, you took an oath. And for all those people that's out there, normally this comes from conservative Americans who always say, well, people are not concerned when gangbangers, they take life, and gangbangers, they do this. No one cares when a gangbanger, but when a cop does something, it's dismissive. Gangbangers didn't take an oath to serve and protect. Y'all took an oath to serve and protect the police officers. So you are held to a higher standard than a gangbanger. Do you want to be on the same level as a gangbanger? So when they say that, well, y'all ain't concerned when it's a gangbanging killing. Concerned? Those people cry at the funerals too. And you know what they cry? Where's the cops? Where was the police? Where's the investigations? All I hear is blame. No responsibility being taken. That's all I hear. The excuses. Over and over again. Here come another excuse. What excuse they gonna have today? It's intolerable. So when people start making a difference and realize that it is past Spenser Finch, it's the Paterson Police Department. Flush it all out. The FBI has come in and did a probe 2 years ago, knowing Paterson has been corrupt for years. They know it. None of this is news to them. The FBI had to launch a probe because it was so out of control in 2019 that it was just all the crimes that they were accused of, and they had all the evidence of. It was ridiculous. They had to get in there. But now it's still the same thing. Nothing's changed. And for the judge who thought 5 days was enough time for Spenser, you thought that was enough time? 5 days in jail was good enough for time served for him? When the prosecution wanted him to stay in longer? The shame he brought down on the department, you should be ashamed of yourself as a judge. How dare you hand out punishment? That just shows you about the judicial system. Then you look at all of it, it stinks. Even here in Chicago, it stinks. What they did for Laquan McDonald, letting the police officer and all his buddies who lied for him, let them get off. Give him that cupcake sentence. I ain't forget. I ain't forget it all. My memory ain't bad. Oh, you know they ain't gonna share this video. See, they thought this was gonna be on the Karceno for Life channel. All this stuff go on One Crack News. See, because I already know I know the game they play. See, you could talk about two brothers trying to tear their heads off each other all day long. They'll promote that. But if you say something like this, they're going to find 67 reasons why they can't, why your video is toxic to the YouTube environment. Well, we already went over that, what people should be doing and what need to be done. So I'll let you rewind the video and get caught up to that. Me, I'm going to go ahead and get some work done. Just got back in the house. I've been gone for a long time. So let me check on her, text her, make sure she made it back. I know she made it back all right, but still, just check in on her. So let me do that. All right. We'll holler later. I got something going on Karceno for Life tonight, so you can look for that.